Hey, what's up everybody? Tim here again from Lowbrow Customs, and today I'd like to show you how to take apart and assemble a springer using a new springer compression tool that we have available on the website. So stick around. So if you've never taken apart a springer front end, there's a lot of tools out there and they can be really sketchy to use, or you run the risk of marring or damaging your front end in the process. So we wanted to provide you with an alternative tool that seems relatively painless to use and also doesn't run the risk of damaging any components when you're taking this apart to redo some finishes or just to clean this up and make it a really nice front end again. So I'm here to show you how easy it is to use our new compression tool to disassemble and reassemble this front end. So this is a really simple kit. We're just going to start at the bottom with the axle and the tab that's going to compress this together. This is a 3/4 rod and it's going to act as your axle because we don't want you to run the risk of scratching or bending your stock axle, so we supplied you with a rod to use. This tab has 2 holes that this is going to pass through, but say if you have an earlier springer with a smaller size axle, you could stick whatever kind of rod in there and then also still use this tab through your rockers at the bottom to still be able to compress this just the same. If this won't fit through your rockers, you might just have to get something else that's a little smaller but close to the same size to fit through there to use with this kit. So we put this through the rockers and then just fit the tab, and we're going to attach a turnbuckle and a threaded rod to this, but we need to move to the top, and we have another tab that's going to bolt in the headlight location. It mounts with this Allen bolt that has 3 washers. This front end is chrome, but you might have a powder coated black, and we just wanted to, if this bolts on tight and say it slightly scratches some of the powder coat that might be in this location, we just wanted it to be in the shape of a washer because you're going to bolt a headlight there, so it'll be the same as if your headlight's bolted there later. We didn't want you to have a square imprint because you're not going to have a square headlight most likely. You're probably going to have washers or something alike. But so we have a washer that goes to the bottom underneath the tree, and then a washer on top of the tree, so the tab is sandwiched between 2 washers. So like I said, if there's any imprint on some powder coated parts, it's going to be the washer shape and not the square. You want this just to be straight up and down, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It'll go into place, but you can just eyeball it straight up and down and tighten that up. And then now we've got the threaded rod and the turnbuckle. So the threaded rod has 2 nuts, which is going to lock it in place on that tab. So we're going to take one of the nuts off and pass it through the tab. Then we also have the turnbuckle. So it's only going to come with a hook on one side and then be open on the other side. The hook is a left-hand thread, so that when you turn this turnbuckle, it'll either draw both rods in or it'll extract them out of the turnbuckle. So you want the part with the hook to just be threaded in so it's passing into the void section of the turnbuckle. You want to have full thread engagement, so when you put a load on this, you have full contact with all of the threads and you're not going to run the risk of damaging the threads inside because you're only drawing from the smallest portion of them. So have it fully passing through, and then also make sure that you have a lot of room because this is only going to go to the middle. When you draw this together, you need a bunch of clearance in here because these rods are going to be moving together into the turnbuckle as you rotate the turnbuckle. So the same thing for the threaded rod. That's just going to pass through until you see the rod going inside the turnbuckle. And it doesn't have to, they don't have to match, it doesn't have to be, it's not that exact, but you just want to be able to see threads on both sides so you know that you're fully engaged. And then we move the nut down. And then the hook just slips inside the slot of that tab. And then with that in place, we can put this nut on the other side, and you're going to want to lock this in place. And as you do so, make sure that the tab that's at the bottom that's holding the axle is in the center of between the rockers, just so it pulls nice and evenly. So we've got we've got tension on the rod, and then we're gonna lock the rod into place. Okay, now that the rod's locked in place, you can use a small wrench or even by hand grab the turnbuckle and just twist it around. And you see how it's drawing the rockers up, it's compressing the springs up top. It's just drawing them together. This is taking a little bit. You could just, it works really easy. You could just rotate this turnbuckle by hand to compress this. And you don't have to compress it that much. You can already see that the tension, I'm able to rotate the springs. You can already see that the tension's being relieved. As it gets tighter, you might want to grab a wrench. And now that we have some tension off of that, we can remove the lock nuts. So wanted to show you, we've got the retainer nuts and then the lock nuts off. And so the only thing holding any kind of tension on these springs is now just the tool. So as I'm loosening this up, I'm taking tension off these springs, and then you'll be able to actually pull the axle out and take this off and slide the front leg off to get this the rest of the way of the part. Say if you were going to paint this or re-chrome it, like you got one at a swap meet and needed to take it all apart to refinish it, or your springs are whooped. There's a lot of reasons that you might have to take this thing apart. But I just wanted to demonstrate with this new tool how easy this job would be, because some of those other tools out there are just, it makes it really difficult or dangerous or might mar up your front end. And this one's in nice shape though, so now that you see how the tool worked, I'm gonna start putting this thing back together. So I really like how easy this tool is to use, and like I said, if you've ever taken apart a springer before and used some of the other tools out there, you know how sketchy this can be. So it's really nice having something that you can rely on. Is just relatively simple to compress this thing, and I wasn't really scared for my life while doing it. So thanks for watching the video, and you'll be able to find this tool or more like it to be able to help you build your chopper at lowbrowcustoms.com. Thanks for watching.